away. Had a terrific win over Ali Carter this season from behind at the British Open. Carter will be involved in our final match of the day against Chris Wakelin.
Well, you'd never intend to leave the cue ball 2.5 feet off the bulk cushion, but it's always nice when it drops in behind a bulk colour like that. That's a mistake.
Yeah, you could see the disappointment. He knew as he'd hit that he was leaving his opponent an early opportunity. Ajaib lost his tour place last year. But regained it via Q School. Final round victory over Ulian Boyko. So this is the first of his fresh 2-year card, making his 5th appearance at the Shootout. Never passed the second round, but this is a useful opening.
Yeah, Farakh is somebody I've actually played on the tour. He's a dangerous player. Little further away from the red than he wanted to be, but he's nicely placed on it for position on the black.
70.
Well, it'd be easy to play for the red that's on the top cushion, but he doesn't like the idea of that, so he's taking on the more difficult pink. Got it. But I don't think he's on anything. Unless there's a plant, and I can't see one, so that should be end of break. Ooh, Ben Williams, our referee, having to spot the pink behind that red, so it's occupied, the pink spot.
Farakh Ajaib, 23.
A plant. I looked at 3 reds at the bottom of that pack, but I didn't think he could play his safety and actually knock them towards the pocket, but he did, and it went in. You can see the reds there. Wasn't sure that plant would move, but it did, and it's gone in the pocket. Don't go in. Oh, he didn't want to pop the brown. That's a good cue ball.
Bulcus Revesz 1.
Hit that much thicker than intended, which is why the cue ball's gone nowhere, and he's maybe covered the red to the centre. I think he has.
Well, if he takes this red on, it needs to go in, because the cue ball will be clattering into other balls. Oh, it has gone in. Oh, and he's just the cannon to perfection, and now, well, serendipity. It was good that he wasn't on the red to the left centre. He was forced to play a shot to open other balls up, and he has.
Beat one of our winners earlier this afternoon, Vladislav Gradinari, to win the European Under-18 title in the spring of this year.
9.
Also scored a win over another competitor at the Shootout today, Sean O'Sullivan, in the first round of World Championship qualifying. And only narrowly lost to the man who beat Ronnie O'Sullivan at the Crucible 1 year as an amateur, James Cahill, by 10 frames to 8. Very promising career ahead of him. Seems very confident. And more than a little similarity
in his cue action to that of somebody like a Jack Lisowski. It's just a slower version of it, but the ball strike is similar.
There's a long way to go in this match, though. They've only just reached the halfway stage, only 2 points between them. 15 seconds becomes 10 per shot now, of course.
And for me, if you can play a good safety shot and not leave a pot on for your opponent and nurse just the tiniest of lead that he has here, that would be my preference. I wouldn't want to take a pot on of any difficulty while I have the lead when I can play a good safety. Now, are those two reds covered? They must be. Needs to keep playing good safety shots here. The red that's next to the pink he can play off, but just needs to be careful he doesn't leave a pot on somewhere. Just too pacey. As long as you don't leave a pot on, and I don't think he has, it's always okay.
Didn't want to catch the jaw, clearly. It's a bit of a messy table right now, though. And it's a very fragile lead that the Hungarian has, so there's a long way to travel in this one.
He had so much time to take a lot more care with that Farakh Ajaib. Didn't. Could have played a better safety. Doing the right thing, though, here. He's making sure that he doesn't promote any reds to potable positions. He's going to leave that to Farakh Ajaib. He's still 2 points behind with under 3 minutes to go. Oh, is he enough? He's enough.
Wow. Calamity.
Bulcus Revesz 4.
It's the cardinal sin in the shootout. Ball in hand for your opponent. It's not always terminal by any means, but what a chance now for Revesz to build on this narrow lead.
1.
And in the process, wind that clock down.
Has an angle on the blue to go into the 3 reds. Oh, one of them must pot. The outer one, does it go?
6.
Well, I don't know. I think he had an angle there to go into the 3 reds. And he hasn't done, and he still has quite a narrow lead. Well, all I'll say is Farakh Ajaib will be delighted that he didn't go into those 3 reds, because this match could have been close to being over.
Looking for one chance. He might get another crack at it. But Revesz in a pretty strong position with only just over 90 seconds to play. It's not the lead, which is not many, but it's the table, which is extremely unattractive from Ajaib's standpoint.
Well, I really think that must be the last safety shot that Farakh Ajaib plays now. If he gets an opportunity to come back to the table, he's going to have to take something on. There's barely a minute left. He's 12 points behind.
Double kiss, and then a secondary flick off a red, but he somehow managed to get the cue ball back into the baulk area. Not entirely by design. He knows it. It's now or never for Ajaib. That surely had to go. Revesz happy to nurse his lead with only 20 seconds left. It just isn't the time for his opponent. to make these up. And it's over. Bulcus Revesz is hungry for more success.